Anybody can answer this question? What is persistent messaging system? Anyone? Or can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Sir, I think persistent messaging system means write the information in log. Hello,
Rajesh, can you repeat, please? Voice is not coming. Okay.
sir. Persistent messaging means hello.
हाँ राजेश.
Yes, sir.
हाँ फिर से बोलो क्या क्या बोल रहे थे आवाज नहीं आ रहा है.
सर yes, sir. सर अभी आ रहा है.
हाँ आ रहा है बोलिए.
सर परसिस्टेंट मैसेजिंग सिस्टम मतलब सर हम लोग लॉग में जो टेबल बनाते हैं उसमें डाटा इंसर्ट करना, लॉग वैल्यू.
ओके ओके गुड राजेश. बाकी कोई और बताएंगे व्हाट इज persistent messaging system? Like Divyansh, Manjeet, anyone can answer this question.
Sir, together persistent messages are written to logs
Okay.
and data. Sir.
Okay, good. So persistent messaging system are the system that provide transactional properties to the messages, and these messages are guaranteed to be delivered exactly once. ये point आप लोग miss कर रहे थे कि these persistent messages they will be guaranteed to be delivered exactly once. Okay, so बाकी जो राजेश ने बताया that is clear, right? और बाकी सबने पढ़ा था या कुछ देखा ही नहीं था? मैंने कल पूछा था ना आप लोगों को. Anyway, kindly go through that. Now, motivating examples. This thing I think I have discussed yesterday, but still. So, two-phase commit would have the potential to block updates on the accounts involved in funds transfer. So, what will be the alternate solution for that? Debit money from the source account and send a message to the other side. Side receives messages and credits the destination account. And message has long been used for distributed transaction. So ये सब तो आपको समझ में आ गया था. Now, what are the error conditions with respect to persistent messaging? Codes to handle messages has to take care of a variety of failure situations. As for example, if destination account does not exist, failure message should be sent back to the source site. Okay, जिस account में आपने suppose भेजा था कुछ message, वो account है ही नहीं, तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? Failure message should be sent back to that source site. मतलब जिसने भेजा था वो message, ठीक है? When failure message is received from destination site, sorry, or destination site itself does not exist, money must be deposited back to the source account. The failure message is received from the destination site or destination site itself does not exist, तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? Money should be deposited back to the source account. ठीक है? ये तो आप लोगों ने बहुत बार देखा भी होगा, जैसे कभी कभी फेलर हो जाते हैं, ठीक है, आपके अकाउंट से पैसा कट जाता है, बाद में क्या हो जाता है? इन मैक्सिमम 3 days it has been again credited to you. Now user that is also an example in this case. Okay, user code executing transaction processing using 2PC does not have to deal with such failures. There are many situations where extra effort for error handling is worth the benefit of absence of blocking. That's, for example, pretty much all transaction across organization. So very important point is this one. Now workflow. Can anybody tell me, have you heard this term before? Workflow. So workflow provide, what is workflow? Workflow provide a general model of transactional processing involving multiple sites and possibly human processing of certain step. As for example, when bank receives a loan application, what happens? It may need to contact external credit checking agencies and then get approval of one or more manager. Okay, that is workflow. I'm defining it again. Workflow means what? A kind of process which provides a general model of transaction processing that involve different sites, and human processing is also needed at some steps. Like whenever any bank receives a loan application, then some expert has to check that application. Okay, like credit checking agencies, then one or more managers will, if that application found suitable, then only he or she will approve it. Okay, so then response will be given to that. So that is about workflow. Now, implementation of persistent message. ठीक है, इधर सप्ताह 25 मीन्स हम और एक लेटर इसमें देखेंगे कि इसके बारे में कि कैसे particularly transaction के different human intervention is needed. We will discuss this in some later classes. Okay. Now, sending side protocol. When a transaction wishes to send a persistent message, it writes a record containing the message in a special relation like message to send, and the message is given a unique message identifier. A message delivery process monitors the relation, and when an AO message is found, it sends the message to its destination. The message delivery process deletes a message from the relation only after it receives an acknowledge from the destination side. Okay, these three main steps are there. And in this third step, what happens if it receives no acknowledge from the destination side? After sometimes it will send the message again. And this will be repeated until the acknowledgement is received. जब तक acknowledgement नहीं मिलेंगे तब तक क्या होगा? ये message बार-बार send करते रहेंगे. If after some period of time the message is undeliverable, the exception and handling code provided by the application is invoked to deal with the failure. Okay. After a few times, if the same thing is going on and the message is not delivered, then exception handling code will be provided by the application, and that will be invoked to deal with just failure. Then writing the message to a relation and processing it only after the transaction commits ensures that the message will be delivered if and only if the transaction commits. This is about sending side. तो सेंड कर रहा था, रिसीविंग साइड के साथ क्या प्रोटोकॉल रहेगा? Let's see about this. When a site receives a persistent message, it runs a transaction that adds a message to a received message relation, provided message identifier is not already present in the relation. Then, after the transaction commits, or if the message was already present in the relation, the receiving side sends an acknowledgement back to the sending side. Now, the sending the acknowledgement before the transaction commit is not safe, since a system failure may then result the loss of the message. You do note it. In many messaging systems, it is possible for messages to get delayed arbitrarily, although such delays are very unlikely. This message is given a timestamp. If the timestamp of a received message is older than some cutoff, then that message will be discarded. You know about the timestamp? Remember, we have discussed the timestamp protocol. I hope you can recall that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So timestamp is there. If timestamp is there, and if that time of the received message is older than that particular cutoff, then simply the message will be discarded. And all messages reported in the received messages relation that are older than the cutoff will be again deleted. That is regarding the receiving side protocol. So it persistence message के बारे में इतना ही था. Today you will tell me that what is workflow and how the sending side and receiving side is responding with respect to persistent messages. My question is clear to everyone? How the sending side and the receiving side is responding to the persistent message.